How to add some image texture to a FBX model in Blender. First, select the default cube and delete it. Then, import the model into Blender. Click File, Import, FBX. Go to the folder where the model is and just select it. This Tomb Raider Lara Croft FBX 3D model is by Andres A. Martinez Romero. It's free. You can download it at his website in the description below. Right now, the model looks like this on your screen. You can use the scroll wheel on your mouse to zoom in and out, and Shift plus click and hold scroll wheel to pan your camera around. Click and hold scroll wheel allows you to rotate the camera on your model. We're in object mode now. Now to remove all the bones displays from the model, go to Overlays button on top and untick bones. Then go to Material Preview mode by clicking on the Material Preview icon on top. Now your model has some colors because when you imported it into Blender, some textures are already set for it. But you can see that there are some parts that are not set correctly. Click on Rendered in your viewport shading to see it in Rendered. Now it looks very dark because we need to set the lighting. First, choose Cycles Engine Rendering. Select Device as GPU. Select Adaptive Sampling. Then click and select the light object in your collection properties. Go to Light Properties. Click on Color. Then change the color. The values for the HSV are H 0.095, S 0.403, and V 1. Change power to 30. I forgot, make sure you click Sun. Change angle to 89 degrees. Press 3 on numpad to go to side view. Click Shift plus A, add another area light. Press G and Z to move the light along Z-axis to the top. Then press R, rotate. Press G and Y to move along Y-axis. Move it back down a bit. With the area light selected, go to its properties and set the values as shown. Click the camera icon to activate camera view. Inside the square is how it will look like when finally rendered. Go to View, take Camera to View. Now you can move the rendering camera around. To go out of the camera view, click the camera icon again. Go to the shader editor. Click on the face of the model, then go to the slots drop down. So for some models, there can be several parts in the selection. Although we click the face, you can see the orange outline is around the head, arms, and torso. In the slots, when you pick lashes matte, it's slot 7. Slot 1 is torso underscore matte. So different materials are in different slots in the selection. Now we want to fix the eyelashes. It's purple now because it's missing something. Shift plus A, then type image texture and pick image texture node. Connect it to the alpha input on the principal BSDF shader. Disconnect the normal map. There are many ways to do this, but in this case, for the eyelashes, I don't need a normal map. Normal map is usually lighting of bumps and dents on something. You can just pull it off. You can even select the normal map node and delete it. Change the color to something that is dark brown. To move around in the shader editor, click and drag with your mouse scroll wheel. Go to Materials Property, click on the preview. That's how the eyelashes look like in the preview on an ARP. What we need to do next is choose the right image texture. Because we are trying to use the alpha or transparency, so we could pick the image texture with alpha. Usually it would be named with A at the end in the file name. Click Open, then select the file. You can adjust the brown color a bit more. Then go to slot 5. Reduce alpha until the material is invincible. I don't think I need this. Click on face. Press H to hide. We can see there's nothing else blocking the eyeballs. Click the eyeballs to select. Choose the eyeball image. There are two images. One is a bigger eyeballs set than the other. Choose the one you want. Then change the specular to 0.195. Specular tint 0.159. Roughness 0.298. See how the eyeball has changed in the preview window? Clear coat changed to 0.527. Select the face again, go to slot 6, Fluid Matte. There's this transparent light purplish film over the eyeballs. You move the alpha lever around. You control its transparency. In the end, I left it at 0.045. Next, select the hair on the model. This material is M underscore Lara underscore hair underscore F. Slot 1. Then in the image texture node, click open. Choose the hair image map as shown. Then add another image texture and choose the specular map for the hair. Usually there is an S at the end of the file name. Specular maps are the maps you use to define a surface shininess and highlight color. It is usually black and white looking. Change it to none color. I'm just showing you what is the difference in look when I change it between sRGB and none color. Now, open the image texture node for the normal map and choose the normal map. Usually it's a purplish color and with an N at the end of the file name. Shrink the normal map node to save space. Add a image texture node. Select the hair alpha map. Remember, the normal map image texture is non-color, so is the specular and the alpha maps. Don't connect the alpha to the shader. Connect the color output. So basically, it's pretty much like this. A base image texture, which is the diffuse map, then if any, a specular map, a normal map, and an alpha image node. Then we go into the head mat. Add image texture node. Select the normal map for head. Then select none color. Then add a RGB curve node. Connect them like this. Then click G on the node and reverse the graph. Click in the middle to pin it. Then click and drag both ends one at a time to readjust the graph. What is the purpose of the RGB curve? If a normal map is generated using DirectX, you need it. Blender processes normal maps using OpenGL. The green channel of a normal map is inverted between DirectX and OpenGL. Therefore, an additional RGB curve node is added to invert the green channel. I'm not really sure how this Lara model's maps were made, so I just put it in. You can remove it and see if it makes a difference. Next, select her top, her costume, her bluish top. select the base map for her top. It's in the UB folder. Next, we add a metallic map. In the preview window, it now looks like this. Make sure metallic image map is none color. Then open and select the normal image texture map. Then add RGB curve. Make the graph curve reverse again as we did earlier. Just showing you the difference in selecting sRGB and none color. Keep it as none color. Next, click and select the torso. Select torso mat, slot 1. So it's the same thing we did before. Add a normal map for the torso and then add the RGB curve. Remember, it's none color for normal maps. Then we also add a normal map for the arms. Select arms underscore mat slot 1. Click and select the belt for the belts underscore mat. And then add the normal image texture map for the belt like we did before. You would notice that the belt looks weird because I chose the wrong normal image texture map. There are two sets of image texture maps for this model. Remember to select the matching ones. I go back to select the right map. Click Render to render your image. I think I forgot to select none color for the specular image map earlier. Let's click Render and see again. Next, we can make ambient occlusion pass to make the shadows and crevices darker on our render by using the compositing layout and the nodes. Firstly, we go to Layers tab. Under Passes, under Light, turn on Ambient Occlusion. It will add depths to a scene. For this to work, click Render. It will render two images, our normal render and the Ambient Occlusion pass. Then click Compositing Workspace. Click Use Nodes. Add a viewer node. Connect it like so. Next, add Mix node and connect it like so as shown. You can move the FAC slider to control the darkness. If you plug the image back into the viewer node like this, it shows before the ambient occlusion change. Ctrl Z to undo that. Next, remember to plug into the composite node too like this, then hit render. Next, we want to do some posing of the model. Go to Layout Workspace, then Material Preview mode. And be in Object mode. Then go to Viewport Overlays. Turn bones back on. These are the bones we need to move and pose the model. Now they look big and ugly. We can change that. Click on the bone, then go to Pose mode. Go to that little running man icon. Under Viewport Display, Display As. Here are some options to change how the bones look. Let's give the bones a custom shape. Go to Object mode. Add an empty sphere. Now move it, resize it. Then go into Pose mode. Select a bone. click on the bone icon, select Custom Object, Empty. Now it's replaced. You can then move it on the 3 axis. You can repeat the process for the other bones. That's it. Thank you for watching.